Hey guys, it's me Dragon, and today's video is about Lee Hyperreal. He is finally coming to cease the existence of 2023.
Cease your existence at the end of time!
Because he is basically the last character in 2023 for PGR Global. And Lee still pretty much have some special place in my heart because he's my first main in PGR Global, and yeah, Lee played fire exactly. So now he get upgrade. I'm so happy and so excited. And now, how about we kinda discuss about Lee? How about the good about him? Why you should pull for him? Or should you skip actually Lee and just pull for Watanabe? Because I heard some people say, hey, just skip Lee, pull for Watanabe though. Is that actually true? Yeah, I will give my recommendation in here. I will just talk everything about Lee in here and give overview. So let's get started. And now we will discuss like how good is Lee Hyperreal, or the benefit if you pull for him. And the first, that's very obvious that he's the best fire DPS at least for more than 6 months or before like Watanabe come, because when Watanabe comes, some people will argue, wait, Watanabe is still better, something like that, blah blah blah. So at least around 6 months, he's still the king of fire DPS. He deal the most damage in fire team though, so he basically cannot dethrone with anything like Pelfire, Karina Ember, cannot. He's the best one though, because of course he's Gen 2, have time stop, and the damage already excelling like by a lot though. Even with only best S rank, it's already more than like previous fire DPS. And the next one, Lee basically will fix your skill issue. So if you're a skill issue player, don't worry, Lee will come and fix you, because his gameplay is basically super straightforward. He deny everything. You can just like ignore everything. He just did his own thing though. So you don't need to care about your skill and something like that. He just do an own thing and then bang, look, everything does. And at third point, this is also still a continuation. He basically help you to clear some hard content, so it make it easier, because of course he deal damage a lot. He also have right now iframe, do a lot of stuff. It helps you to clear some hard content, let's say bubble, Norman. If you still struggle, like pulling for Lee, it's very recommend, because he will make it like easier by a lot of compared to previous like fire DPS. And the last one, this is more into your feeling, experience, and satisfaction, which is you can experience the first full Gen 2 team though. So you can get the satisfaction, or all of them is Gen 2 in one whole team. Because in fire right now, we already have Liv Empyrea and also Nanami Starfarer. Both of them is Gen 2. Right now also the Hyperreal, so all of them is Gen 2. You can have this like kind of experience though. You can like every single rotation have time stop though. And now we will talk about the cons of Lee Hyperreal itself, or what the disadvantage if you decide to pull for Lee. Basically, the first thing that I want to say is nothing. The Hyperreal didn't give you any disadvantage. Basically, he's just very good right now. He basically just very useful. There's nothing that he will be useful in any single capacity though. The only maybe kind of disadvantage or cons thing, negative things about pulling the Hyperreal is that your BC is minus 15k. That's it though. But of course, if you want to become more specific, or you want to become the type that win people mood like actually like something like that, then yeah, we can include that. We can say Lee have a little bit negative things, cons or disadvantage, which is the first one that I want to highlight, is that he sometimes move too much, which is sometimes can be so annoying. And sometimes he can move very fast and already very far from the enemy. He can literally move like monkey, so you will end up like maybe need to restart the battle. So yeah, it's a little bit annoying, but not so much. And the last one, he also only have one type stop. Some people say it's kind of very problematic. For me, it's not really. So if you find that problematic, then yeah, you only have one time stop. And now we'll talk about the Lee Hyperreal and the new S Watanabe later that will come in the future. So is actually Watanabe better than Lee Hyperreal? Well, for me, it's not really relevant if you kinda want to compare between Lee and Watanabe. Lee itself is a tanker, Watanabe is tank though. Yeah, although you can argue like kind of Vira tank can become DPS, but still the one that usual attacker deals still pretty much high amount of damage itself though. So comparing itself, it's not really relevant for me though. So the best thing if you want to compare, it's value itself. So that's why in here I will comparing more into their value compared to their damage though. So let's say if you decide to skip Lee Hyperreal and go for Watanabe as rank 1, and you decide to go until SS, and you have the team, let's say Nanami Starfarer and Liv Empyrea, then don't expect it will be better than the SS Hyperreal with Nanami Starfarer and Liv Empyrea. Their performance around the same, because on SS Watanabe itself, his damage is not really that super amazing on SS, because mostly on SS his job is as a tank itself and fire res, so not really exceeding an DPS. So if you want to accumulate in general, they still performance as same as Lee Lee Hyperreal SS itself though, so it's pretty much around the same. And for the second scenario, if you decide to skip Lee Hyperreal and go for SS3 Watanabe, then yeah, the value of SS3 Watanabe will be a little bit better than Lee Hyperreal even at SS3. Just because at SS3 Watanabe, he will provide 10 extra % more of fire resistance, which is indirectly will increase your whole party DPS. It's not only Watanabe but entire party DPS itself. Compared to SS3 Lee, it only increase his personal damage, so Watanabe provide everyone. Yeah, but of course if you just compare by individual damage or personal damage, I think Lee Hyperreal at SS3 will provide still more personal damage than Watanabe SS3. But in terms of like overall like team DPS, Watanabe SS3 will provide more overall team DPS than the fire team in Lee Hyperreal itself in SS3. But even then, I don't think it will be kinda have a massive difference. Probably only a couple % better though for SS3 Watanabe. And for the last route, let's say if you decide to skip the Hyperreal and just go all out with the triple S Watanabe, then yeah, this is where the value of triple S Watanabe will be better. Even you have like triple S Lee itself though. Why? Because on Lee triple S, it's basically just straight up increased damage. Of course, it's a lot. But in Watanabe, it's not just increased damage, but also will reduce the switch cooldown though. Yeah, maybe some of you say like, why the purpose of switch cooldown doesn't matter right now? Usually triple S we just on field all the time, right? Like Bianca Stigmata, if you're already triple S, you don't even want to switch. Yeah, but for fire team it's different. Fire team is kind of like you need to switch. Even with Hyperreal itself, if you're already at triple S, you kind of still need to switch for a while. And then take notes right now, reducing switch cooldown right now is very good for Watanabe itself, because Watanabe also cannot stay that long. And also if you can switch the character faster right now, that means your rotation faster. Some of the character will get benefit. Take notes right now, Liv Empyrea right now get Leap. That means switching on her right now, it's not so bad. Basically Liv Empyrea Leap right now, it's increase her DPS, basically her DPS. So right now can switch faster to Liv Empyrea, also a not bad idea. So that's why on triple S Watanabe itself is more valuable compared to triple S Lee. So in the end, if you're still confused, should you skip for Lee and go for Watanabe? In the end, I say it's all your choice. It's your account. Maybe you still don't have enough BC or whatever, or you feel it's not attractive, Lee Hyperreal, you don't like it, then yeah, you should feel free to skip though. But I just want to give you a reminder that if you decide to skip Lee Hyperreal, that means you need to wait until September 2023. That means it's still more than 6 months and it's still pretty much long though. And if you still like feel you lack on fire DPS, and if you want to clear some of the hard content, then yeah, you might be suffer in there. So yeah, you should kind of acknowledge the consequence in there. But if you're already kind of aware with that consequences, then that you should be fine. However, you still need maybe more insight or recommendation or maybe inspiration to know what you should pull between Lee and Watanabe, or what the best stopping point, weapon, and something like what their ranks. Then yeah, here is my recommendation, but take note, this is mostly my opinion, so you can take it or leave it, or you may agree or disagree. Let's start first with the recommendation for the competitive players. So this one is mostly for those people that aim for the leaderboard or ranks, the one that highly competitive, the one that want to achieve like consistent in hero or legends in Warzone, or even PPC top 5% in even 1% though. So yeah, if you're aiming those things, then your investment is pretty much high. So your future fire team's recommendation is that try to aim all of them is SS, and it will be better if one of them is SS3. So 2 is SS and one of them is SS3. That will be my recommendation. And the one that will be SS3 is recommended is Watanabe itself, because Watanabe at SS3 will have like 10% more fire resistance reduction, which is very good for your overall team DPS though. While for their weapon, I still highly recommend for you for the competitive player to pull, just because it will contribute to kinda improve your damage. That means also improve your score overall, can clear faster. So that's why it's still highly recommend for you to get for the competitive player. However, it's not really the first priority. The first priority still try to get like all of them SS, with one of them is SS3. As for pet, it's always optional, but it's also nice to have. And the next recommendation is for free to play, for general use to clear most of the content. Let's say a Norman Axis, Stronghold, even Bubble to get like all the rewards. And then like even PPC or Warzone that you can get a fair amount of reward. Let's say PPC sometimes top like 30%, 10% if you're doing good, or Warzone sometimes you can even go to hero, or sometimes you will get demoted to leader or elite, something like. Yeah, of course less consistent, but at least still fair for general use, right? And yeah, if you aim like this thing, then my recommendation is that just pull all of them each one copy. So 1 copy of Lee Hyperreal, 1 copy of S Watanabe, and of course Hyperreal. And slowly like rank up them into PPC store to become SS. And yeah, as for weapon, not even necessary at all, but maybe it's nice to have maybe either one of them, maybe in Lee or Watanabe or Liv. Yeah, that will be also a nice addition. As for the pets, it's totally optional for the free to play. And the last one is for Dolphin or Small Spender. So basically the route is just same with the free to play player, just pull 1 copy each as Lee, as Watanabe, and as Liv Empyrea, of course, and slowly going into SS into PPC. But the difference is that you pull for their weapon, all of them, because usually if you buy the PC Pass one, you will have enough to pull for their weapon though. And maybe if you want to go a little bit further, you still have spending that you want to go, then yeah, you can go for SST Watanabe. It's pretty much recommend to increase your overall damage and make it easier for you to clear content, of course. Alternatively, if you maybe spender that decide to skip Lee, and then you have another option that yeah, you can skip Lee, but you aim for triple S Watanabe though, and with the weapon if possible. So that's pretty much my recommendation. I hope it can help. For sure, for the whale, I don't need to give you a recommendation. Just pull everything until triple S plus. And lastly, we will talk about Lee Hyperreal overview to give like warm up of hype about him, and we'll talk about his skill in general and build. Of course, I will not give a very detail. I believe there are a lot of people that give a better guide. This is just a like very brief overview about him. So for Lee Hyperreal Kit, it's basically very straightforward. Whenever you enter the battle and your gog is full, you can decide to just hold basic attack though. In here, Lee will enter into different state on mode, and slowly your gog also will decreasing over time. And you can do couple of things in here. First, you can just tap the basic attack. Lee will keep doing the snipe shot attack. Other than that, you can decide to hold basic attack. It will replenish your gog that is already decreasing, but it will consume the stack though. And other than that, also you can decide to ping 3 orb, and then you will get your stack though. So once you see your stack is full, you can just decide to press the ultimate, and that's the first ultimate. And later it will enter another different animation, and you can press another ultimate, and this is where the real damage or nuke will come though. But of course, if you just already see the people that playing in the competitive, they even just skip a lot of them. They just like hold basic attack, they just do the tripping until stack full and just nuke until like that, and they keep doing the same rotation though. So basically it's even very like shortcut. As for build, I just provide you the endgame build, which is what you will do when you already reach the already high level. So in the end, you will have to get this build. So for those people that decide to get Lee for only SS or below, then my recommendation is just go for the 4 piece of the signature one. I don't know what deal will come in global name, but right now the name is Touring. I will show you the picture so you kinda know, just in case you change the name. And 2 piece of Corridor. This one to help you with your energy in here, so you can ult faster. And the placement for the coordinating will be 4 and 6 slot. But if you decide to go for SS3 Lee and above, then your memory become different. So still 4 piece of the Touring, but the difference is Scotty will change into 2 piece of Darwin though. So in here the Darwin placement will be 1 and 3. However, a little bit notes, this build also can be used for the SS and below. It's just like some of the special case, it might be not that smooth. So I think in the best case, if you SS and below, you may have like 2 piece Scotty or 2 piece Darwin, like you can change in between, depends on what you need to. And move to memory resonance for Lee Hyperreal. For the top part is attack and HP, and the bottom part is signature. Lastly, for the Hypertune for Lee Hyperreal, same just other elemental DPS, prioritize first in the bottom row, and after that is a top row. So pretty much that's it though, but overview about Lee Hyperreal and their recommendation. I feel like Lee Hyperreal in general is very good. I don't find like any disadvantage, only PC, so maybe just be careful in your PC planning, maybe if you don't have enough currency. And other than that, in the end, whatever you want to pull or not is your choice. And yeah, if you decide to go for Lee Hyperreal, I hope the best of luck in your pull. And yeah, if you like this kind of video, feel free to hit subscribe button and like, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.